Hello, everybody. It's Elisha Keating from wisdomseekers.net, and we're here today with Nicola and her demonstration on Biofield. And assisting her is Spirit Feather, one of our readers. And probably a lot of you know her because she is one of our readers. So how's it going, Nicola?
Oh, for me, amazing.
That's awesome.
So, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have to sit closer to my mic, So, yeah, things are going amazingly well. I'm learning quite a bit. I'm learning about, well, right now it's breath work, learning how to use it and how to use it in conjunction with the body to free the body of the past. That's what I'm working on, is freeing my body from the past.
That's pretty good.
So that's what the breath work, that's my intention with the breath work. And so if I can just continue to be in service with the Biofields, and then also keep clearing out and cleaning out any of the past hurts or things that are a subconscious programming or in the body. If I have an ache or a pain or something like that and it doesn't clear with Biofield, then I know that I have work to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a cure-all, unfortunately. It's to assist us in clearing. So
that's pretty exciting, actually, because what you're doing, you're telling people there are ways of clearing that don't take 10 years of therapy.
yeah, absolutely. Sometimes if you're ready to clear it, the Biofield takes it immediately. If it's at the surface, it takes it immediately. But if it's buried, it's going to take a while. And the Biofield actually helps you to learn about what is still blocking you or holding you back from having a marvelous, miraculous heaven on earth experience all the time, 24/7.
Yeah.
So if you're not having an amazing time and not having a vibrant health or emotional freedom and all of those things, then there's work to do. And the Biofield assists you on that. So it makes it easier, quicker, and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah, and the work you do, I mean, anybody who's even got the slightest sensitivity to energy will know that what you do is amazing.
well, I definitely feel it, and I've been honored in so many ways with the person's allowance for me to see their energies and stuff, and watch the Biofield energies come in. Sometimes I see that, and those energies are information. And as I've been talking in the past about Joe Dispenza's work, I see them combining really well. About he's saying when you have an elevated emotion along with a thought, it will manifest. In other words, if you want that new car, new emotion, new promotion, new job, new car, new relationship, whatever, that when you bring it into your awareness to the point where you're coupling it with intention of with an elevated emotion, that will happen for you. You will surely experience it.
Okay, explain to the people what an elevated emotion is.
Joy, love, happiness, um, those kinds of things. Whereas fear and anger and depression and anxiety and those things are lower emotional. A lot of people are addicted to that, because it's really hard. If you have a habit of thinking about things that depress you, you will stay depressed.
Yeah. And it will also have the opposite effect. The car you want will not appear. The man you want will not appear.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
and sometimes you have to really be passionate about what you want. If you're passionate about it, then you're going to do everything to move heaven and earth to get it.
That's exactly right. I know years ago when my kids were quite young and they were all all like a 7 and under, we wanted a horse. And we moved heaven and earth to get a horse, and we got a horse.
Yeah. It's also about belief. And in the Bible, it talks about it all the time. You are healed by what you believe. You ask, it shall be given to you according to your level of belief.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
And a lot of times that belief is so strongly held, you're not even aware of it. So if it's not manifesting for you,
It's because we don't really want it.
to some level, you're resisting it,
Mhm.
which is a lower level emotion.
Yeah.
Because it's
And
fear,
usually,
unworthiness, whatever.
yeah, usually it devolves into fear with if you're not receiving it. It's because there's a fear factor in there.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is about the fear factor, it's not necessarily as obvious as you think it is.
No, it's not obvious. It's because I said, well, I've done all this work and why isn't it happening? And blah, 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 blah. And so then that's as the spirit fellow is talking to me a little bit about is that when she starts to automatically write, she's asking, well, what's the problem here? Or what do I need to know right now? And stuff like that. And so those answers come. So I think that's really cool. And I started writing things. Right. I started my gratitude journal this morning or yesterday. So I got to remember to do it every morning. I woke up kind of late this morning, but every morning to write a gratitude journal. The gratitude is a higher vibration than even, I think, joy. I'm not sure, but it's really up there. It's a real high elevated emotion when you're truly appreciating someone or something in your life. And I truly appreciate Elisha and women and the whole group that we have here. And sometimes I have to sit down and really think about you and really go into that love that I have for everyone here. When I do that, I have a great day.
I think it's Wisdom Seekers itself that has developed a kind of not a personality yet, but an essence.
Yes.
And it's Wisdom Seekers itself that I feel is going to, with everybody involved, you, Spirit, me, and Maria, and a few others. I think that is the special ingredient. Yeah.
Yeah. Each heart lines up. Yeah. It becomes a larger signature.
It does, and I know oh wow, just got a flash. Your essence that you're going to be working with the Biofield and the yeah, it's going to play a huge part.
It's really resonating with me. Apparently, I have a deep connection with the plant essences.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little background, when I was in college, my husband and I were sort of at that time very agnostic. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked under the microscope through this life cycle of a fungus called Allomyces. I saw from beginning to end under the microscope in an hour and a half the sexual and asexual production, vegetative states and non-vegetative states. And after I watched that, I sat back in my chair and said, there is a God. There is no way that did not happen without creator God, consciousness, and greater anything I've ever known. And so I would that is in the plant kingdom. Fungi are in the plant kingdom. And then I started to learn about I think I don't remember if it was you or Spirit Feather that said symbiosis.
I think it was
Spirit Feather. When an algae combines with a fungi, they're called lichens. And these lichens live in a symbiotic relationship. The algae gives the oxygen to the fungus, and the fungus gives nutrients, the algae. It's just truly amazing. And that type of working together is everything. I mean, it's the plants need the animals need plants.
Mm-hmm.
A flower needs a bee to pollinate it. Have stamens and pistils, and the stamens is the male part of the plant, and the pistil, the female part that contains the fruit. But you cannot get the stamen to pollinate the pistil in the same plant. The bees have to come along, get coated with the stamen, which is the pollen, and then they have to go to another plant of the same species, and they transfer the pollen to that next tree or the next apple tree or whatever. And it is truly a loving, awesome way that that nature works with each other, and that if you work, I mean, it's just amazing. And there's this guy named Paul Stamets, and he's in the Oregon area where they have old growth forests, and he was able to take some fungi that were bracket fungi that were growing on live trees, those bracket things that you see, and they have chemicals in the plant that they were able to purify and put into vaccines against smallpox.
Yeah, and I have some fungi here that I make into tea that's supposed to build up the immune system.
Yes, there's let's see, lion's mane, and
I think the one I have is
chaga.
red velvet,
Okay, I don't remember the.
but
Yeah,
it's
the
maybe
name.
local. It was gotten locally.
And then there's turkey something. You know, they
Oh,
have
yeah.
all these different ones, and then Paul Stamets mix them together and he calls it fungi perfecti, and you can buy these capsules that have them in there, and they boost the immune system.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. Beta glucan, and beta glucan is anti-cancer. I mean,
Yeah.
it's truly amazing how the big pharma has kind of hijacked all of that. And
Too bad too.
yeah, so it's truly amazing about plants and what they can do for us in so many ways.
So this is my spirit says when she floats, that's her system that tells her the energy is really high. When you were talking at the beginning, my scalp crawled. That tells me that that was really important what you were talking about.
Well, I can feel it too, and it's I put the frankincense on, and for whatever reason that opens everything. So, and I actually think I have some frankincense nodules. Frankincense is a resin. This is what it looks like before it becomes an oil, and then they just put that. They somehow get that into an oil. So this is actually frankincense, not purified. It's the resin of a tree, I think in Israel.
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember for sure, but I think so.
So, and then it's important to me to work with companies to get these essential oils that treat the planet correctly and to treat the people, the local people, in a loving way.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went with this particular company. So it's important to me to have that integrity and that with the soul and the heart. So these work. Wow, do they work?
Yeah. Well, and I can feel the energy right through here.
Whoa.
And that's a nice thing about energy is you can put it on your temples or body, but it transmits to spirit.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often smell the essential oils you're using. Pretty amazing.
That's amazing. Well, I'm definitely get some rose too. That didn't come in my kit, but I have to do some investing and making sure that I get the right things because almost every morning I wake up, get the rose, get the rose. So it's all right, we'll get the rose.
Oh, I love rose. Yeah.
Well,
It's the highest vibration flower, right, on Earth?
Used to be, that's for sure.
well, it's interesting because It takes something like 90,000 petals to get to the 1 pound of oil, something like that. So it takes, and what they do is they put these petals on either an oil or they put it into they call it concrete, which is kind of a fat, you know, and then they extract it. So there's all sorts of different fats that you can use in different oils. And I knew that there was this one when I was first married that we made a rose brandy, putting just roses into straight alcohol, and then the alcohol extracted the rose, and then that was like a rose brandy.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It's those kind of things I did when I was in my 20s, and I don't do so much to it anymore, but that's what it was then. So
That's pretty cool though, really. If you stop and think about it, what you can do with that, well, not necessarily as brandy, but what you can do with that alcohol, rose-based alcohol now would be amazing.
mm.
Yeah.
And then and I tell you that there's in our medicine, our spice rack, we have healing herbs. This is basil. It's organically grown. I use that. Basil has you can get this into an oil, into an essential oil, not put this into an oil, but and it has healing properties for the muscles if they're strained or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then cinnamon is really good for fat burning.
Yeah.
So if you put cinnamon on a lot of things and you want some fat burning, this and lemon and a little bit of garlic, wow, you got something there.
Yeah,
So
a lot of the health coaches seem to know that fact now, because cinnamon, they're touting cinnamon for everything right now.
yeah, and I love cinnamon. I've always loved it.
I like it too. What's the difference between Ceylon cinnamon and the rest of like Mexico's Chihuahua cinnamon?
I think Ceylon is supposed to be the highest grade, but it has the most properties in it.
Okay. What about the Chihuahua, the one from Chihuahua? It's not as...
Well, it depends, of course, that where it's grown and how it's grown and who attends it, what energies go into it, all of that matters.
Yeah, and
So,
it would be really important in Chihuahua, because that's a very dangerous state still.
yeah, so I don't think I'd want anything from there, to be honest with you. The plants do pick it up, but the plants can purify it. If somewhere along the line we can clear it, then it'll be fine. So a lot of times before how the Native Americans do it is when they go into a forest or a field, before they go, they ask permission of the plants and the animals and the earth before they go. So
And they take
you can what?
They take tobacco along, and they'll leave it.
And cornmeal also. But
Cornmeal.
yes, tobacco is the pure is the prayer, and then protection is the cornmeal. It offers protection, and it's like I'm here kind of thing.
Well,
So
it's good
I don't know how to describe it, because I get it so spiritually. It's hard to get it into words, but the cornmeal with intention. You have to do the intention. And you don't even have to use the cornmeal itself. All you have to do is imagine the cornmeal and then surround it, put your circle around your body so that no insects will come and bite you. So
I could go for that.
yes. Well, ask permission with the insects too. They're the flyers and the creepy crawlies and so forth and so on.
I remember when I was first starting out on this journey, somebody said that they had ants, and they asked the ants very politely to leave, and they did.
Yeah.
Leave their house. So
that meant they had good energy for sure.
I think so. I mean, it was way back
They don't
when.
always cooperate. So
I know. 'Cause I tried it. I tried it. I was quite young at the time. I was like in my 20s or mid 20s. They did not leave.
yeah, you have to have a certain connection.
Yep.
Yeah, they will either cooperate or not.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
So Doreen says frankincense is also best to diminish pimples.
It's
She
good for
wrote,
skin. It's
yeah,
good for skin, that's for sure.
yeah.
It's antiseptic and blemishes and acne and bumps and pimples usually. The thing is about that is it's an inflammatory response, and it's not necessarily because of bacteria. It could be just the encapsulation of your oils that have become into fatty acids, and those fatty acids irritate, and so your body goes, ah, we don't want that out. So,
Yeah.
so that even though it's antiseptic, it's probably just more healing, more anti-inflammatory, that sort of thing.
And frankincense must have a fairly decent vibration too. So if you ingest it, it would help raise your own vibrations a bit.
Oh, it does. I mean, it's making me kind of floaty. I think much more sensitive nowadays than I was in I don't know, 20 years ago when I started.
I bet you're more sensitive now than you were a month ago.
Oh, yes, I am. So, yeah.
Gargi just came on. Gargi, she's one of our followers from India.
Oh.
So I should let
India.
you go because I've talked your ear off.
Oh, okay. We're going to get.
Thank you so very much, Nicola and Spirit. I will leave so you can get to work.
I'm going to actually use a little more frankincense on my hands. That's what I'm sort of led to do. That seems to be the one of the day. So, what I love about frankincense is I can put it on my skin from this company, but when I've had it from other companies, I couldn't do that.
Wow.
And it would
Really shows how important the energy behind everything is.
Yes. So why don't you share a little bit, when the last time we talked and we did a Biofield that you were having some issues with headaches, and that was also, I think, the first time we used essential oils. So how have you
Yes,
been
it was.
since then?
So it's funny because you mentioned earlier in the live so far about how the biofield will bring things up that needs to be resolved. So as far as my headaches, the reasonings why this was happening, yes, also my son is a part of it, but all the different layers of energy that was kind of stuck came up and resolved. And it's funny because since we started, the energy is so strong, I'm getting like breathless. So that's another thing I think that's going to come up. But it's like all this new energy that has come in since the last time and shown me all the different layers of who I am at a deeper level. And it's just a strong sense of renewal since the last time we talked. My son is a lot calmer now. He's in a state of peace. He's communicating clearer. So, like I said earlier, that word symbiotic, what seems to be happening with me is also happening to him. And I've noticed that this biofield, yes, reaches me and you, but it's spidering out in a way that is so like profound. It is just magical. So things have come up that I need to focus on, like the bloating I do get, that is coming up, and I think I've worked on most of it, but they gave me the feeling that today is going to be like the finalizing, because that is my body's auto response. It's a protection response to big energy, and it's been big energy since the last time we saw each other. So that's what's been going on, and it's pretty intense in a good way.
Well, I'm feeling it too. I don't know. It's almost hard for me to even stay in my body right now.
Yes, me too. And I feel like my heart's fluttering. And that's, yeah.
Okay, I actually was guided to put more frankincense on. I have it on my hands. Frankincense is up here. Frankincense opens the lungs for deep breathing breathe into your body, and then also you can use the breath to uplift yourself too, to bring up the energies that are in your body deeply that need to be released. You can release it up through the top of your head, and then the cerebral spinal fluid will come up, and then it will just bathe your brains in this all these beautiful chemicals that will be anti-inflammatory, be anti-aging, will be pain-killing, be all of these things can come up. And I'm getting it because I did some breathing exercises a little bit earlier, so I definitely when I put the frankincense on me after I've done these breathing exercises, it's like I'm expanded, feeling more and more expanded. So I think that's part of what we're supposed to be here to do, is to release the body from the past, all the traumas, all the people and experiences that you've had that make you want to protect yourself. Like, oh my God, they're being ridiculous or whatever. You got to get in almost to this state of vulnerability to allow the divine love to flow through you and that will be your protection rather than your body. That the divine love, the light will be your protection. Sound good? Because I think that's the path that we're on right now, and we have got to release the past, whatever it is. And the past a lot of times has programmed us into being fearful, anxious, dread, fear, lack, sickness, feeling helpless, feeling victimized, all that gone, just out of the field, gone. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. We are divine sovereign beings, and it's time for us to shine. Right?
I'm ready. I am so ready. I think humanity is ready now too.
Absolutely. So, so I put lemon, and it's detoxing this part here. Or it's healing the throat chakra. The throat chakra and the solar plexus are very, very connected. That your power center is your solar plexus, and this is your self-expression. So each word that you utter is important, is the law, is on point. It's not frou-frou. It's not, anything surface. It's depth, and it connects you right to your heart. So this is the center, your power to your heart, to your throat. So what you're expressing creatively is in sync. Okay, that's why I used the lemon there. Then I used, it's a blend, and I'm not sure all what's in here, but it's a blend of things to help you digest. It has ginger in it, coriander seed, carrot seed, I think. It's got a bunch of spices. All right, that's off your rack. Whatever is warming and wonderful and lumptious and delicious, that is in pumpkin spice and all that good stuff. It's in here.
It's like a bottle of joy. I love it.
Exactly. It's to help you digest. But these are actual herbs that really do help the body as well to digest.
Well, that would go along and help the bloating too, right? Because bloating is digestion, how you process toxins, I believe. So
exactly. Wow. I'm in an expanded state. I'm whoa.
I was starting to feel it last night. It's funny. You were talking about like processing all the past, and I felt like everything was just starting to begin to be flushed.
Yeah. So I know that you're going to write, but you can also notice if your body wants to move, to let it move. Because I think when I was in my last meditation, my body was just kind of just rocking back and forth, and I don't usually do that. I'm just pretty still.
It was kind of funny the last two times. I kept getting the giggles, like this joy energy was coming out. I was trying so hard not to giggle, but I think it's good. It's good energy. It's a joy.
If you want to giggle, okay? Don't suppress it, because that's your joy. So just let it come out. It's really cool to have it. It's probably going to be, first of all, it's appropriate, but it's probably going to be fun. Why not? Not
Mhm.
all serious, right? We're here to have some fun.
It's an inner child, I think. The healing.
My cat just meowed when you said that. She wants
knows.
to play. She says, I'm ready to play. So, all right, let's dive in, shall we?
Thank you. Sounds good.
All right, I invite you to get comfortable and breathe in some good, refreshing air as deep as you can to release and let go. And more relaxed. Centered and grounded. And in a state of receptivity, a state of relaxation. If you want to move, let it move. If your body wants to move, let it move. Okay. Let thoughts go in, go out. Don't judge it, just allow it. Same with body sensations. Yeah, if you want to rock or stay still, that's okay. Just allow whatever comes in to come in. And just notice what you notice. I'm going to go into the silence. And when I do, I'll be working silently until the biofield energy immersion is done. And when it is, I will call out and let you know to bring you back. Let me do all the work and enjoy. And now, Biofield energy healing immersion is now complete. And I invite you to come now to this moment and see what you are feeling and sensing and wanting to share.
I was strong. I'm hot and
I'm
cold at
hot
the same
too.
time.
Yes, the heat's definitely a lot of warmth here.
So this I got a lot. So I felt Jesus come in.
Okay.
I felt White Buffalo come in.
Oh, she did.
White
Yeah.
Buffalo. And then it's funny because I think this happened last time. Red Terra or Green Terra came in quick, and then she like almost pushed forward Red Terra.
Uh-huh.
And then this is when it gets kind of like Archangel Metatron came in.
Cool.
And he was showing me the worldwide Akashic records and how everybody has been going through their records, and we're going to hit a reset. And mine has also been hit reset because I've been working so hard. That is the process we're going through. And then I got Egyptian energy. And normally with that, I think automatically Isis, but I got the Eye of Horus, and I got the pyramids and sacred geometry. And there's a connection there with Archangel Metatron as far as sacred geometry. And then they said the Eye of Horus, the pineal gland changing, mine is changing worldwide, not just me, like collectively.
Yeah. Right.
And just history, karma, release, beyond the current paradigm, and like dimensions are shifting, and like I've been kind of in that in-between state, and as part of what you're doing. And it's funny because I felt the biofield energy last night, and I heard the words dimension hopping.
Oh,
So this is like reaching through me and like through everybody. Like it's really, really intense. And then Archangel Michael also came in, and he said the time has come to move. And I think that was for me personally, the time has come to move. But it was really, really intense, and they left off with collective immersion.
well,
So it was like a lot all at once.
that's interesting because when I do these fields, although I intend it for you, it has a spillover for everyone that's watching, either right now or in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like through dimensions, like this energy you gift upon is like it's so huge. Like it's really intense.
Well, I think we're in for now. I know you didn't say this, but I saw the dragon come in, came in from behind you, and then it came up and over and just kind of flew around you. So it's the wild dragon ride we're on. And
Yeah.
that really angelic insistence, it really comes in that form. And it seems dragon-like because it is so intense. And it's one of the things, there was a story in Gospel of Thomas, and it's talked about in, I don't know, one of the Gospels, that there was a time when Jesus said, "Do you know who I am?" His disciples said, "Oh yeah, you're Jesus." "Oh, do you know who I am?" And then Thomas, in the Gospel of Thomas, says, "I know who you are." And he said, "Come with me." And he went behind these rocks and boulders. And the other disciples could see that there was a big light that happened behind these boulders. And so when he came back, the other disciples were saying, "What did you see? What happened back there?" And he said, "If you knew, you would burn up."
Oh my gosh. Well, true, because like the human, we can't handle certain like energies if it's too intense, right?
Yeah, it's the Holy Spirit, the baptism of fire, Holy Spirit.
So that was probably the heat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is so wow.
So be open to it. I mean, it's mind-boggling because our human brains have been, in the past, have been programmed that this life and this body is it. You know, whatever you experience in life, that's your life. You know, it's
Mhm.
not. So to bring heaven to earth, we have to realize how big and powerful heaven is. You know, creator of worlds, the sun, you know, it has consciousness. The rocks have consciousness. I was thinking about that, you know, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom. It's more magnificent than we think it is.
I think that's why I used to pick up rocks and talk to them and bring them home when I was a kid.
They have
Everything has a consciousness.
I think did I told you my son was helping me bring the rocks in for sweat lodge. You know that they're heated up. So, well, he was having a hard time with it, and I said, "Well, you haven't asked for permission." And the rocks practically jump in his hands, and 10 of them weighs a ton. So,
Oh my gosh.
you know, and they're heavy. They're like 20, 30 pounds piece. So, yeah.
I'm blown away. That energy is just so strong.
Me too. I'm just like basking in it, just basking.
Mhm.
Oh my god! But I'm just full of this frankincense. Boy, it's time of the year for frankincense and myrrh. I can tell you.
Mhm. I think that is only the second time I felt Jesus though, and it's such a soft,
Mhm.
warm energy.
Well, it's interesting because you know we celebrate his birthday in December when he was probably born in August. So
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have
yeah,
to look that up later.
yeah.
It's curious.
Of course, Cat Carly's here.
I have
So.
Luna with me too. She's napping.
No, this one was asleep. Oh goodness. Well, we have to talk some more, but we're getting
Yes.
late, and I have to get up early.
Thank you so much, Nicola. It's honestly, I'm so honored.
And another one for your son on the side.
Thank you.
Okay?
It's your biofields have actually changed my life because this time last year is when we did the first one, and it's been so different. Like, thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and bye for everyone.